Hey guys, we've got an iPhone 11. This thing got smashed by a tow hitch. They've already gotten the front fixed, but now they're back for their rest, so let's go. We'll start with removing the screen and then move on to an entire housing replacement. So we'll be taking this thing apart piece by piece. Next to come out is the camera. We'll just set that thing aside and then unplug everything that we see. They love putting him in the most awkward, tiny crevices. Gotta love it. And out goes the SIM card reader. Can't forget the front camera. They love hiding these connections. For some reason, I couldn't get that cable cover off, but I just made it work. Then we just scoot all the connections out of the way before we can pull the motherboard out. And there it is, our most prized possession, the motherboard. The most expensive part of the phone, so let's just set that aside. Here I'm removing the wireless charging coil. I didn't really need to do this part because the new housing already has a wireless charging coil, but it's still a good part, so why not? This could definitely be used for something in the future. So we'll keep working our way up here at the top. We'll start removing the screws for these antennas, move them around, and we'll just work on the bottom. If you like what you're seeing, you might as well hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on what we're doing next. So we'll move on to the charging port. Then I'll transfer over the speaker and microphone inlays over onto the new housing. Back to the antennas. I'm not sure why I stopped earlier. I just like switching it up sometimes. I haven't counted, but sometimes it feels like there's just a million pieces in these phones. And it's the tiniest little details that make the biggest difference. Take a look. Here's the rear microphone mesh. If I don't transfer that over, it's gonna look terrible. A lot of people forget that. I'm not sure what those gold pieces are there for, but they're there for a reason, so we're going to transfer them over. If you forget this SIM ejector pin, the SIM card tray won't eject, it'll just be stuck in there. Don't forget this part. Now we tuck everything back into its original place. Now, a lot of channels leave out the reassembly process, but that can get really confusing, especially if you're watching this to learn. Take a look at this, for example. I forgot that I'm supposed to screw that in before I put that cable down. The sequence of reassembly is extremely important, so watch and learn. Can't forget to screw in this Taptic engine cable cover, otherwise it might vibrate itself out of there. We got the motherboard in, and now we just start plugging everything back in. And we'll make sure the camera is absolutely spotless before we put it back in. If you're still watching, I just want to say thank you. This can be quite a hefty process. And there we are, just about to finish giving this phone all the tender love and care that it needs. But first, we're just going to test it out and make sure that everything works before we seal it all the way up. And here's the moment of truth. Let's just plug it in. And there we go, it's charging. Let's keep going. I have good faith in this one. Here we'll install the water and dust resisting seal. I always see people leaving these out. If you have trouble putting this on, make sure to clean out the frame with some isopropyl alcohol and then press it down with your spudger tool like this. I'd like to introduce you to my chaotic magnet of screws. This thing tends to save the day when I'm in a pinch for just the right screw. That's always a good sign. And there we go. It's as good as new. Take a look at that before and after. This thing went from, well, frankly, a piece of shit to a brand new sparkling iPhone. So thank you so much for watching. We definitely won't be needing that anymore, and we'll catch you in the next one.